taunt with the egg. But I do like this Vici. I love the Chinese Lina lately. I think that they're so strong with their item build, this BKB rush with bots. He's just going to be the egg killer every time, and I don't really see good ways for them to protect that egg unless they get the initial jump on the side of Nigma. They do have some chances, but I do see a much better chance of Vici being able to fight back and getting an advantage going into later.
Yeah, I'm sold Vici as well.
All right, I think regardless, it's shaping up to be a very different game too. Keep in mind, this is the battle of the best right now. Are we going to see Team Nigma able to take both, or is Vici going to strike back?
Muy bien, los chiquitos.
EA player? I don't think so.
Yeah, quite interesting that Nigma's starting to really prioritize this Dragonaut as well, having that flexibility between mid and off lane, as they had it Monk control previously, and it looks like heading into mid this time around, right, Lacoste?
Yeah, the Dragonaut is going to be played at the mid lane, off lane Timbersaw. It looked really good for Phoenix. First 3 picks in, Dark Willow, Mars, and ET. These heroes don't deal well with the egg, and then suddenly Lina plus a life stealer. GH is you know, very good. Very good is 4 out of 5. He's excellent, extraordinary on the Phoenix. So I want to see how he's going to be placing those eggs. It's not going to be easy. They have good ways of also like protecting, zoning people out with the Mars, with the ET ulti.
I think as well.
Yeah, as well on top of it. I'm also worried, like, who gets the first jump? I think that's gonna be pretty much the story of the mid game. Like, if they are able to jump Lina, kill the Dark Willow potentially, and then be able to, because they have no BKB piercing abilities. Lina with the build that panel talked about, she goes Yule Scepter BKB bots into damage item, and then there's nothing that can stop her from hitting the egg.
So then you need that, like, Abyssal Blade Spectre or something along those lines to try and capture
Yeah,
her.
we're talking about the late game. Abyssal Spectre potentially. It's going to take a while until she gets there. No real steroids in this game. So, yeah, nothing to buff her up, actually.
Well, Phoenix's courier, bringing out a smoke and a sentry, so it feels like he knows where one of these wards are. Try and get that dewarding game started. Miracle in that mid lane up against Ori. DK versus Lina. Very often melee versus range matchups, melee versus melee matchups.
And we see
quite
this
farm trading
more often. Just position 5 being played on the off lane if the matchup is better. Because otherwise, if it's a Phoenix plus a Timbersaw, ET just gets a complete free lane. This time around, he can be stopped, he can be killed. DY dropping very low at the top lane already, does not have a healing self, so he's gonna have to be very careful.
Yeah, just boots first into the tangos, right? And a courier snipe as well for Kuroki. Might find a second one. Nope. Gets herself back to the tier 2 tower safely. Dangerous times for Vici Gaming already. As like you say, the lane swaps here, putting that line top feels pretty good. And having Phoenix as that almost saving hero with a Sunray and the Fiery Spirits to stop aggression from Vici Gaming bottom will keep the Spectre safe and sound, at least in the first couple of levels.
When you play that position 4 at the safe lane, you still need to bring healing cells for your Spectre to be able to keep her sustain. I also want to see if he like gets in earlier points, maybe in a Sunray, doesn't prioritize Fire Spirits in this lane, just to be able to heal up the Spectre when they decide to go aggressively on her. Mid lane, Lina against the Dragon Knight. The Dragon Knight is doing well. I think both of the heroes are gonna farm. Miracle this time around bringing an earlier bottle just to keep the sustain. Like it's not enough because Lina can keep the Light Strike array going, get that Fiery Soul stacks up, and then keep right-clicking you.
Yeah, the right-click's doing a limited job there against Miracle, especially with that Breathe Fire. And Rune's coming up though. Need the bottle refill for both of those mid laners. Kuroki just a little too slow on his rotation up towards the top spot. Will not stop Ori there. It looks like GH going to try and manipulate this bottom lane a little better. Pull across to the small camp. Force PYW into a more forward position, as they've also pulled across into large camp. And that sentry there is actually going to be used to block up that full spot, not to deward or anything like that. But for Vici Gaming down bottom, it's going to be, what, level 3, where we really see that burst of aggression. Get their spells going.
Yeah, I kind of expect Dark Willow to get a point in the Curse Crown, so it's another way of keeping them in place. It's a good setup for a spear back on top of it, and now they denied some of the creeps. big camp is blocked, so nicely done, Dark Willow. If they want to keep pulling, needs to bring a sentry, and she buys it straight away.
Yeah, we'll be able to de-ward that. iLTW though, struggling a little bit with the CS, as is the Timbersaw top lane, 11-2, 11-1.
Apparently it doesn't matter. We've seen the previous game where he had 2 deaths in 4 minutes and then just went to jungle. Nigma pretty much playing the game 4 versus 5. He joins in, gets a couple of right clicks.
Kills the barracks. We're set up nicely here with that stomp. Fortunately, Ponyo, no real way to stick on to Kuroki, so it's down to DY to dive under tower. Quite a ballsy move there from the ET. Takes a fair few tower shots on his way back. This means Mind Control can securely contest the pull, farm up that wave. Much better though from Vici Gaming across the board. Every one of their cores farming incredibly well. And getting up to that 20 CS marker 4 minutes in, feeling good for themselves. Attempting to clear through that little camp down bottom.
Yeah. Chinese players, what they tend to do when they're playing against the Timbersaw, mostly it was Troll against Timber, they get an earlier Javelin, just to have a bit more damage, a bit more magical damage. Lifestealer this time around going for Phase Boot straight away.
Okay.
Maybe he wants to just get on top of a Lion and be able to kill him.
What's the build going to be from Ponyo this game? Is it like Armlet? Do we still want to see that
I would
Maelstrom?
prefer Maelstrom. You're playing into Timbersaw, you're playing into Dragon Knight. But it might be both. I wouldn't mind seeing both. Like Armlet gives you that cheap damage, gives you that survivability.
Because it feels like that's one of the reasons they picked him, right? Is the ability to play fast against a Spectre. You match up quite nicely in the first 20 minutes with your itemization. Miracle putting a bit of damage onto Ori. Breathe Fire, stun, really starting to irritate the Lina mid. But a dead even farm trade between the two of them so far. As iLTW also dodging away from any kind of aggression bottom, and a complete different game. No one's died 5 minutes in. No real attempts or kill threat coming from any of these lanes from any of the teams.
A bit of a slow start. We did not want to end this one in 15 minutes again.
Yeah, one third of the game has already passed.
There's no way that they win in 20 minutes. There's just not enough tower damage. Dragon Knight is some, but the other heroes don't deal that well. Miracle, mid lane, Kuroki stabbing from the back.
Yeah, he comes in. Good chain stun onto DY. PYW with the Bramble Maze. DY trying to slip away, and it looks like he might just do the job. Miracle turns off the PYW now, but GH picks up the kill. Dives himself forward, slays the Elder Titan, and first blood 6 minutes in.
Ori has that Laguna, but not in range.
And they've got a catapult mid still pushing forward. Regenerate spawns bottom. Dragon Tail into LSA, the move forward, and Kuro, again the backstab, wraps around onto Lina, stuns her up, half HP, Laguna Blade, blast Kuro. Miracle can't get the job finished, so Lina slips out of there.
Kuro was saving the regen rune as well for the Dragon Knight, so he has that mana regen and HP. It's not like he needs that HP regen, but yeah, they managed to blast him. Good kill. How's 11 doing? We didn't talk too much about him this game. 35 CS, 13 denies. It seems like old 11, whenever he plays Mars, he tends to get a good farm, but
1v3 though. It's gonna have some problem there.
Good.
iLTW chasing him through the trees, dagger forward, and Kuroki secures the kill. Good rotation in again from these two supports. I mean, Kuro, starting top. Timbersaw, once he hits level 3, 4, 5, you just say, well, you're on your own now, mate. You go on, get your solo experience, and that allows Kuro to move across this map so freely.
Kuro's line has been impressive so far this major. Like the games that I watched, he's pretty much always popping up, being able to get a good timing on a blink dagger, controlling the spirits in a couple of games that I saw, positioning on point, makes these early rotations, gets a D-ward on top of it.
Putting that pressure onto Vici Gaming. What's the next move from Vici? Because they're going to have Arena soon. And we'd like to see this old 11 Mars hit 6 and go for an immediate play. Could think about it onto the Spectre. Probably needs a bit of backup as the clash of supports a little further back. I mean, diving in, old 11
top tower is under attack.
Doesn't care too much about GH Phoenix. Yeah, Kuro spotted out by PYW there as they did attempt another move into bot lane.
Old 11, Arena, as you mentioned, ready. Not sure if they have enough damage to bring down Spectre. It's the 2-point in Dispersion, Raindrop, plus some Magic Wand charges that he will collect. I don't think it's going to be enough. Ori?
Stunned up, yeah, you're right. Under this tier 1 tower mid lane, Light Striker Ray is coming out.
No,
Rune.
doesn't dodge it.
Good attempt from Miracle, but Ori, he knew exactly what he was going to get up to. Miracle still keeps the damage going on this tower, though.
Dire's structures are fortified.
That should be.
Forcing a glyph out, and now, once again, as in the previous game, you have this rotation to the mid lane. You have Timber
Dire's
on
middle
Lina.
tower is under attack.
Oh, Spectre can't do it. Walks back down to bottom lane.
Just getting hot, 3 minutes. Cooldown on the ability, doesn't get anything out of it. But yeah, it's all about that pressure. Open up the map, kill the tier 1 tower on the mid lane, and we can see the top lane, Mind Control, putting that pressure. Going into Hood, understands that there's a ton of magical damage, just wants to be able to protect himself.
Yeah, like Lifestealer's farming, sure, but Mind Control is out farming him, and he's way more comfortable in doing so. Like Pollo here is having to cut waves, he's running around, and Kuroki's positioning very nice, tight to that tree line, looking for the jump on
They can burst him. They can burst him.
They can, but he's infested into a creep and he's run away. Back into jungle he goes. And Nigma starting to build this lead again. That ability to have these 2 tanky strength cores, get out of the laning stage and put the emphasis onto that mid game where they can play the map. And iLTW sits back in the jungle, farming away. Not going to go for the Blade Mail build, which
no,
it's a couple of times.
Yeah, it's still a good Blade Mail game. Probably going to commit to Echo Saber. But it's really good Blade Mail game against the Dark Willow, against the ET, even Lina, the right clicks, the damage output is insane inside the Mars Arena. Echo Saber's great. Like this is a new hybrid type of a build. Gives you a bit of a mana regen, damage, sustain, gives you that tankiness and the double hit. Like double hit later on with the Desolate, it's a ton of damage.
I feel like Miracle is at every single active room. Yeah, the regen, he had the illusion, he's got an arcane now.
5 minutes until the game ends. Just kidding. It only happened in game number 1.
You never know. You never know. Nigma's ability to ramp up that aggression very quickly comes almost out of nowhere, making team fights materialize out of thin air. Point top just being danced upon by Mind Control. This Timber Sword, not a fear in the world.
GH on the bottom, collecting some experience. Just got level 6. So Supernova is available.
Kuroki making another sneaky move top. Again, trying to play the tree line, gets the stun, not quite enough damage there. The pretty hefty wand that Pollo had. The big stick makes sure that he's perfectly fine. But that's the thing, you know, Nigma is so smooth, it's so comfortable. You got to think about the mentality of the teams and the players as well. You know, comfort, experience definitely comes into play in a lot of these laning stage situations.
They feel very comfortable farming right now. Dragonite getting closer to his blink. Timbersaw already has that hood. Lion a bit under leveled. Level 4 has a tome. Keeping it for now, but will pop it. Wants to get that finger online. The damage burst that they need to kill the Lifestealer. Lifestealer, what is he bringing? He's bringing Blades of Attack. This time around, not going for any shenanigans. No Battle Furies. Wants to get some cheap damage going into Armlet.
Yeah, got those early game items. And Mind Control moves away from that top lane in towards mid. Puts his big body in the way of Vici Gaming, and they throw the kitchen sink at him. The Bedlam Laguna Blade. There we go. PYW gets the takedown on Timbersaw. It took a lot though.
It's level 1 Aura from ET. Still base resistance 40%. Big numbers.
Yeah, absolutely is. Timbersaw still tanky though.
A bit of a slower start. Surprised 11 is not committing to get the foot.
Another rune for Miracle, and the haunting Supernova thrown on top of this. Lina, good terrorize though, sends the DK packing, but they've got Kuroki backstabbing onto that Dark Willow with a Hex and a stun. DY is also being focused down by the Phoenix and the Spectre. Old 11's arrived, but he's got no teammates to back him up. They're going to have another catch here. Old 11 burnt by the Sun Ray. Miracle with the DD rune still going, and the dagger forward, but a great spear. Pushes Nigma back, saves the Mars for now.
They can TP out. They can just TP out of the lanes. They got what they came for. A couple of good kills. Nice usage of the Haunt this time around. They actually get the 3 kills. And Kuroki still saving a finger. If someone shows up, Earth Spike, they have so much control.
They've got mind control as well.
That's triple control.
Huge amounts of control.
Huh?
A miracle. Or do they see DY there? They don't get on top of him. Now he's hiding, hugging the trees, hugging that little cliff top. Vici Gaming moving forward aggressively in towards GH. Old 11 unable to find any kind of an ulti or spear. And now Miracle with a spirit on him. Vici collapsing towards the DK, blinks away. And all of a sudden, Vici have brought numbers down here to no avail.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Lina finally finishing her item. Voidstone will about to be delivered, so that's a good setup for LSA. And also a save, can dispel Fiery Spirits, can cancel the TPs on top of it. Ooh, unfortunately does not have the old Scepter. If they get the Spectre there, would have been a pretty big kill.
Would have been huge for them. Miracle really just dictating exactly where his team needs to be. Follow me. I'm a big tanky Dragon Knight with a blink dagger. If I jump stun someone, you better be there to combo up with me.
Again, 3 cores that are very hard to burst down. Your offlaner, he gets a hood. Mid laner is a strength hero that has insane amount of strength gain per level.
And there's a catch.
On top of the armor. So how do you...
Straight through Poyo.
When you have a lineup like this and you go from the laning stage, What?
Do Vici want to fight this without a lifestealer?
No, not a Timber Saw.
They're going on a Timber Saw. And now the turnaround jump with a Supernova. They're in the arena, but the Lina, she's nearly dead. A bit of a one charge there on the ult into the air. Miracle still standing strong. GH down though, the egg was focused. Miracle needs to get out now. Mind control, looking for the turnaround. Back onto DY. Runs through the ET. Ult 11 PYW, they're stunned. Miracle. He's still alive. Kuro's finger secures the 5-man wipe for Nigma.
Even after killing the egg, which was a good egg on top of it, like they still make the full team vibe. Other heroes, other than Lina, if Lifestealer's not there ready to focus the egg, they don't have enough attack speed. And right now, before the BKBs, they're the kings of the game because they get the first jump. We're gonna see the jump again. Like Terrorize was good on point, and then you have Breathe Fire on a couple of heroes.
They spend so long on the egg.
Timbersaw, he doesn't die. Like, you can't really focus it. They lack damage. If they want to kill one hero, they need to bring one extra one, considering how much strength these heroes get.
And that all started with the Lifestealer kill, right? It was 1 kill, then into the 4-man rotation of Vici Gaming. And this game slipping out of their hands. 6k net worth lead for Team Nigma. Starting to ramp up really quickly. The fake exponential growth there, Lacoste.
You talked to me about the exponential growth the other day. Like, there is a real one that's, you know, mathematically correct, and then there's the one that people use.
There's a literal one, the mathematical one, and there's the kind of literary one, the common use in English language one. And it's like when people say he's literally unkillable, and then he dies. They didn't really mean literally.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's more of a meme, literally unkillable, when Ice Frog gives a hero 1 armor.
Plus 1 armor, yeah.
Most of the time, it's Darkseer.
Well, there's Vacuum, yeah. And who got it? Was the Storm first, wasn't it? Storm with a +1 armor, then Doom got his from -0.5 to +0.5. And now he's got tons of armor on the Doombringer. Vici Gaming on the back foot, getting jumped. Initiation. It's just inevitable from Team Nigma. Poyo down again, and this is Vici Gaming crumbling. Completely unexpected as Team Nigma just keep running at them. Ori will be able to get back towards his high ground, but the Sunray, the Fire Spirit, damage out of time, and a jump in from Miracle. Here's mind control as well. A killing spree for Timbersaw. They're all falling to pieces.
I'm getting the flashback. 16 minutes in, they are diving near the tier 3 towers. So tanky. Dragon has just jumped in, good supernova, and investing in all of these small items. Dragon
They're going again! They're on this high ground by the tier 3 bottom. They've got the kill on old 11. He chucks his arena out, but I don't know, man. That's not going to help you whatsoever.
Oh, hell yes.
BYW trying to get a kill. It's not enough. This is a level 10 Phoenix with the Bracer and Vitality Booster.
Is he TPing out? He's trying. Back home we go for the Dark Willow.
It seems like one team is playing at 0.5 speed, while the other team is just playing at normal Dota.
Well, of course, you know what?
What?
Well, Kuroki's dead there. I forgot iLTW was in this game. There's a Spectre for Nigma. They've still got this late game security plan in mind control after losing Kuroki here. Timber chaining himself away. Will be able to get back into that river area.
Dragonite plus Timbersaw. These heroes come online so quickly and become so tanky that you cannot kill them. Like, they itemize in small items that we discussed. Soul Ring gives you tankiness, Magic Wand, you have a Hood, now full Kaya and Sanj on Timber.
You did make a pretty good point, though, you know, through this series.
Oh, did I?
The vision game and getting the jump, the ability to be that first actor, the one making the first step, the catch, the stun, the kill. So far, it has been Nigma making that jump every single time. And Lifestealer, he's really been struggling to do anything because he's just been dead for a lot of the time. When do you see Vici Gaming doing something on their own terms?
They have a blink on Mars, so they could potentially make a good spear play into tier 2 tower, follow it up with LSA. Lina deals ton of damage. You're getting closer to BKB this time around. It's really not necessary to get bots, considering the situation they're in. 8k gold lead already for Nigma, and let's see if they make the play. ET, Stomp.
Miracle is very tanky, though.
Spear back.
Spear. Miracle under tier 2, down to about a quarter of his HP, and they have got the burst damage, breaking through the Dragon Knight and picking up his mega kill streak. Kuroki now, next on the docket for them. Can they get back towards this Kuro line? Good blink, bad spear. Kuroki turns. He's got some stuns and a finger of death. Down goes old 11 while Poyo diving the tier 1 tower. Wants the line, but a TP out will successfully get him home and safe. iLTW with Laguna Blade, but he's got an egg. The focus though from Lina clears through GH.
Kuroki, he cancelled the TP. And now he can come back into the fight.
And that's iLTW finding pickoff after pickoff. Can they get the Lina now? Oh, they turn to Poyo. The Timber Chain Chakra not quite clipping. Good little dodge there from Ori's Lina. Still though, the whirling death. Chaining in mind control. And iLTW clean up the mess that has been made. Another huge fight for Nigma and yet another team fight.
Oh, he will take it. Kuroki first getting a good finger on the Mars, getting a kill. Lifestealer tries to focus him. TP's out, fake TPs, comes back to the fight, and then they get more kills out of it.
And iLTW getting to join the battles as well. There's Timbersaw so far. 10k net worth, he's on 11. He's just gonna kill old 11 here, it looks like. Chakramain, DK stun, Miracle will pick up the kill as MC goes absolutely wild.
Oh, you're not killing this guy. He has a Nether Shawl.
Sod all, absolutely nothing.
Hood plus Nether Shawl, that brings you to, I believe, 60-something? 54, never mind. It's a 64% physical resistance. With all the armor that he gets, level 17 with Shard already. I don't know, Gary. I've seen this game before.
And they've got Roshan for themselves as well. iLTW's in the pit. The rest of Nigma join up with him. And a double damage rune. Honestly, the rune control from Nigma so far, like this one not mattering as much because they just want a team fight.
Yeah, you said it. They have stun control, they have mind control, rune control, like every... Maybe they're running out of a control key.
Yeah, they need a few more. Need to give them some more control. Oh, there we go. Aegis for iLTW. Good attempt at a stop, and maybe a steal could have come on in there from Vici Gaming, but they realised no attempt could be made. DY heading down deep to get some vision. Another thing that we haven't really looked at too much is the tier 1 tower situation. There's two tier 2 standing on the dire side, and you look at all the green icons on the minimap for Radiant. Yeah, everything's still alive.
Not a single tower indeed. They need to get something. Lifestealer, Poyo Yo, SNY done. After Armlet, now
structures are fortified.
dealing some tower damage. 11, 2 times in a row, he decides to get a casual Ring of Health just for more regen and then doesn't upgrade it straight away.
And then runs down mid lane for the rest of Nigma to come in. Just like that one whirling death. So much damage onto a strength hero like that pre-BKB.
I see what Nigma is doing. They're just color coordinated in terms of their like heroes and the skills. You have fire coming out from the Phoenix, you have breathe fire from Dragon Knight, and now Flamethrower.
Yeah, they're burning their way through the countryside. Killing off DY's Courier. So no cloak for him. And Willow with a Yule Scepter. We'll see what she can actually get involved with in this mid lane fight, because they've got to defend their lanes. Top's being shoved out by the Spectre. The rest of Nigma here in the mid lane. Poyo cutting waves in behind them. They still have creeps alive though. And the barracks are open. 23 minutes this time, not 14. They still crack open that Vici Gaming base, reach the high ground, and they're going to force Vici to come back and fight.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
PYW, Chakram Flamethrower, it's nasty stuff.
He even infests just to save him. So that's not going to be available if they decide to take a fight. Mind control, he doesn't care. Maybe he should have been.
The Spear Arena, in comes the horn. Old 11 obliterated. Down goes MC though, and Timbersaw does fall thanks to Old 11's Arena. But in comes that Sunray Supernova, forcing Vici back, and the chain starts catching Poyo. Double up, Miracle takes out Lifestealer. Trying to do a buybacks here for the Mars.
He already used everything, so they will drop the barracks. Could potentially go top.
They call it!
23 minutes this time.
2 games in a row, Nigma just have their number. Vici Gaming didn't seem like they knew what was going on.
Nigma's playing too good.